Welcome to Missing Persons on Psychic Network TV. I'm Gale StJohn, and joining me is my co-host Brian Ladd, and we're going to talk briefly about the Kyron Horman case as well as updating on the Gabriel Johnson case. Brian, how are you tonight?
Hi, Gail. I'm doing fine. How are you?
Good. So what's been going on as far as some updates here? Do we know anything new on the cases?
Okay, well, basically for Gabriel Johnson and Kyron Horman, they're both still missing. Really, there's no information out there of any changes. And as far as I know, there's been no real updates as far as their location. There's been a lot of drama, which is normal, but there really hasn't been anything hard evidence as far as the kid's location. And that's for Kyron and for Gabriel. I know that's sad, but there's nothing that I know of, at least, out there. I know we did do the show for Kyron, and I said we were going to do a show for Gabriel. We haven't done that, but I know we've been talking about a blind drive, and the blind drive hasn't happened in these two cases. Mainly, I guess it's because of the distance that you have to travel. But what we've been talking about is trying to get you down there to do a blind drive for each one of these cases. If people listening right now don't know what a blind drive is, do you want to tell them that real quick?
Yeah, quickly. A blind drive is basically when I get in the car and I don't pay attention to any street names, anything, just the exact feelings that I feel as I'm picking up their energy and the way that they went and where they ended up.
Okay. Now, many people, actually millions of people, viewed the Kaylee Anthony blind drive. Matter of fact, that was on Nancy Grace and was on a lot of other shows. And I know you did a couple interviews with Nancy Grace about that blind drive you did. And I think that if people would have paid attention to that blind drive, the body of Kaylee Anthony would have been found a lot sooner.
Well, it would have been found on August 11th, the day that we did it, but we weren't able or weren't allowed to get on the property because that was private property, and we tried to get permission.
Okay. We differ on the Gabriel Scott Johnson case. I believe that Gabriel is alive, and that's because of my dreams. Now, there's still a chance that Gabriel's not alive. As every day goes by, that chance increases. I know you've done a couple psychic readings on this, and I believe that he could possibly be deceased, and you want to either confirm that or disregard that, correct?
Correct, and the other thing that will do that is doing the blind drive will let me know the energy. If generally I can figure it out at that point if the person's still alive.
Okay, and so what I've been doing is now you're gonna drive, correct?
I will drive as far as I know, and I would be taking my two dogs with me.
Okay, I was going to plan out a route for you, but I'm sure you're going to revise it. But you're going to be starting from Ohio.
Correct.
Okay, now you're going by yourself and the two dogs?
Yes.
Okay. It might be best if you would go from Ohio. Well, I'm not sure, but basically you'd be working the Gabriel Johnson case first, and the first stop would be in Texas. And that would be I believe in San Antonio, correct?
Correct.
Okay, and what we're trying to do is we're going to see if we can book you in the same hotel and hopefully the same room that Elizabeth Johnson last stayed at. It was that point where a lot of people believed that the baby was taken, or she did something to the child. Either way, you should be able to pick up something from that blind drive there. And would staying in that hotel room help you? I mean, I've been with you. And usually you pick up on things pretty quick. You might not even have to stay the night. What do you think?
Yeah, I should be able to pick up something very quickly. I talk about the energy and how the energy stays even after a long period of time. A person leaves their signature. So even though there's many others that cross it, you can still pick up that signature and follow them from place to place where they went.
Okay. So we guess we would go from from Ohio to San Antonio. If you pick up something on the blind drive there, you might be able to actually, if Gabriel is deceased, you would, well, unfortunately, locate his body. If not, what would you hang around the area for a little bit longer?
I would maybe stay around and check a few things out. I would definitely like to go to Arizona as well and see what I can get, because I know that she came from that area.
Exactly, yeah.
So I would like to stop there, and then from there I would continue on to the Kyron Horman case.
Okay.
In Portland, Oregon.
Okay. Now I know that Tammy and Jack Smith, who are involved with the case, they offered to meet you there. If you need anything from them, they're more than willing to help you.
That'd be
they
great.
actually offered, they'll take you out to lunch or something like that, if you want to. And if anything that they can do, they're more than willing to help. They've been, helping since the child went missing. So that's good news. I'm not sure about anybody else there, but I'm sure that there will be people that want to help. Anything else?
Just basically trying to figure it out when I'll be able to get the schedule all in order. But definitely we're going.
Right, I'd like to get this down, and we'll kind of map it out and how long it will take you, because you are driving, and then from Arizona you're going all the way to Oregon.
Right.
Okay, and that's for Kyron Horman. Okay, now we both agree on this case, unfortunately, that we don't believe that Kyron is alive. What are you going to do when you get there? You're going to go right to Skyline Elementary?
I'm going right to the elementary and begin the blind drive from there.
Okay.
That's going to tell me the most, and be able to follow his energy from the elementary to wherever it leads me, just the same as I did in the Kaylee Anthony case.
Okay. Now, I don't know. We don't really have any contacts there. I think that Terri Horman, I'm not sure who she's speaking to, but I don't think she's been arrested. I know you probably want to talk with her, or at least shake her hand like you wanted to do with the Haley Cummings case. Well, what do you think about that?
If I could, I'd love to, because that's immediate pickup on energy and tells me a lot of what happened. If I can actually physically touch someone that's had contact with Kyron, that should tell me a lot.
Okay. A lot of people believe that Terri is guilty of murder, and she disposed the body somewhere around there. I don't know. In my dream drawings, I get a gentleman. I have his drawing, his sketch up there, and a couple other pictures that some people had posted. What are your thoughts on that?
Brian, I generally specialize in location of the person. I feel like there's some type of involvement of some type, but I'm unsure, and that's not really my specialty. But let's look at it from this point of view. He's been missing since June. The sooner we're able to locate, the sooner that forensics will be able to do their job. Should we find him already passed away, and they'll be able to get the evidence and track down the people and bring them to justice. That's what's most important. The sooner you can make a location, the better.
Okay, now there is a chance that Terri had nothing to do with this. Not a lot.
Absolutely.
Some people think that she may have been, because of the situation she was in, with the relationship that she was in. People are just automatically thinking, well, she was doing that, then and she apparently can't explain sometime that where she was at certain times.
Right. We could all be wrong, or we could all be right.
She could have been set up, for all we know. So, we really don't know. And a lot of people have jumped to conclusions. And
I'm more interested in locating, because, like I said, then it puts the whole case in the hands of law enforcement at that point, and they'll do a wonderful job.
Right. But according to the work that we're doing, is it possible they just missed the body?
It's extremely possible. You know,